Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee. My name is Lance Mckinnon, and I am here with my co-host Tiffany Linderman. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excellent today. Enjoying my Fifth Acres coffee from Good Brothers Cafe in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I think I'm on my third cup this Saturday morning, so got a lot to do. So, the Fifth Acres coffee at Good Brothers Cafe, you gotta get on it.
So
I think
good.
you did. I
It's
think,
so good. I
I
did. I
think,
did. I was gonna have to interject there because I did. I bought three packs of the K cups of the Good Brothers blend this week, and I'm so sad because this morning I can't drink coffee today because I'm doing a juice cleanse as we were talking about. So
oh,
I am
sure.
so
Oh,
sad.
I'll have a cup for you then. I
Yes.
mean, but yes, I know now he's got the K cups, which makes it even better.
So
A
good.
cup on the go instead of drinking a whole pot. So, um, well, again, it's Saturday, and is it just you and I today, or because we're
No, we have a really special guest today, and I'm actually excited because this person is in our community and local to us. His name is Lance Burgess, and he works with CRAM. And I'll let him share a little bit more about what that is because it's a nice little acronym. But they're doing so many good things. But we'll definitely let him talk about that. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Lance and
Lance. Good
Lance.
morning, Lance.
Good, good
How
morning.
are you? It's kind of weird saying my own name actually on screen, so there's not too many Lances out there, but I'm
True.
sure. I think I know like four in total, but I might have to catch myself a few times saying Lance. But thank you for joining us. I know that you are extremely busy. I've had the opportunity to sit down and talk with you on numerous occasions about what you're doing in our community, what you've done, and man, you're really making a huge impact on people's lives and every single day. And God bless you. And I'm not going to tell your story because you know the story better than me. But I'll let you go ahead and just dive in, introduce yourself, and let the world know what Lance Burgess is all about and Cram, and we'll go from there.
All right. Yeah, I am. My name's Lance Burgess. I work with Cram. We're in Uptown Harrisburg at the old Hamilton Health Center on Fulton Street. We are a reentry program for ex-offenders. Um, get them their, we pay for their license and their birth certificates when men and women get out of jail, so they have some form of ID. We are a basic needs 501c corporation, nonprofit. We try to help with some of the things that are really dire right now for people. Basically, rental assistance. We try to help with that. Utility assistance, birth certificate, food, shelter. We do a food bank. We uh, we help with shelter. We have some people that we network with as far as when they first come home to get them housing. Uh, Transportation, we help with bus passes to them when they first get out. They have a job. We do like 2 weeks of bus passes to get to and from to help them be able to get to work and start building their money. Uh, we help with work clothes for some of them. We have a work-based training program. We have that we're getting ready to. I think we're going to restart that. So we're just trying to do some things that's really helpful to the people in the area. A lot
Yeah,
of people we look at.
yeah. One of the things that's important is like you just mentioned is about like the re-entry. We have had some guests on our show, Lester Young, who's working with Path to Redemption and in the South Carolina area, and he talks about how the importance of helping people adjust back into society. How important is that? I mean, everybody deserves a second chance, but given like what you're doing is, helping them along the way versus, them finding them paths going backwards.
It's yeah, it's discouraging because some aspects because the people I talk to, it's a situation where it's a catch-22. They come home, and a lot of them are relocating. I have a guy I just been working with over the last month. He's from California, but he got out of jail. He's staying here in Pennsylvania. He said, I don't want to go back to California. I just want to start over, start fresh. So and everything. So we got a birth certificate, his ID, and he's trying to find places, trying to find work. So I try to network with some of the companies in the area, see who hires ex-felons. So I have some places I can send them to, and this is, a situation where they might not have transportation. So we try to let them know something that might be along a bus route for someone just coming home or just getting out and trying to build their money up and uh, have to get a nice place. There's some places around here that, uh, let's say staying in a rooming house. Some people are paying $150 a week for a room. The conditions aren't that great. So the people I network with, they have nice houses, rooms are nice, but there's some horror stories out there that it's all about the money, unfortunately. And some have help from family members, want them to do well, some don't. So we just try to make it upward swing for them. They, come here, you can relate to them, make them feel comfortable, let them know that we're here to help, and we want nothing but positive stuff for them. That's a good thing, and a lot of people are very, very grateful because one thing is, after you've been through whatever happened, trying to start fresh, trying to be a better person, you don't want to get knocked down. So we take pride in showing people that we're here for them and to encourage them to keep going, keep moving in a positive direction, and we have your back, doing whatever we can do to help them on their journey. But this is the second, this is their new path, and we just want to be as helpful to them as possible.
I'd love to ask you a question just to backtrack a little bit. How long have you been doing this, and what really inspired you to go into this, to help others ultimately and go down this path?
Um, I needed to change my life. I needed to redirect myself and make some adjustments. And I met some people along the way that just really inspired me to want to help people. 7 years ago now, I was working I was working through AARP. I'm a senior, and
I got my card. I got my AARP card.
oh, you in good shape, man. You're in good shape. Yeah, yeah.
I just said that. I can't believe I said I got my card.
So with AARP, you have to be 55. So what happens with that is that you can work in their program for 4 years. It's minimum wage, but there's some opportunities there. And I took it as like, okay, I can find some things and see some things, and who knows what can happen. And so it just so happened working at Our Daily Bread soup kitchen, they started what they called a drop-in center, which would help homeless people come off the streets in the summertime where it was cool, so they could take a nap, or they could get on the computer, look for jobs, look for a place to live, or meet their case management workers. So it was nice being a part of that. I got to a lot of people in the downtown area because they would come eat lunch every day. So it was inspiring to see some people just try to help them in some sort of way. But I met my supervisor, very nice lady, Selma West. She's known in the area. She said, I got something for you. I think you like it. I said, what's that? And she said, there's a program at Temple here in Harrisburg, Strawberry Square, to become a community health worker. it's a free class. One thing you got to do is take it. She said, I think you'll be good because you work well with people. I said, okay. I said, let me see what it's about. So in my community health worker certification through Temple, I learned a lot of things for training and went to school for it. And it just was very, I just felt something good about it, what I would be able to do with everything I was doing already. And that was just a big step. And I kind of went to college, wasn't really didn't want to go. I went because I just got out of school and I didn't want to go to school. I just it kind of, I would say my parents wanted me to go, but I wasn't ready. I didn't want to go. I'm tired of school. But I do realize you have to keep that same drive going because once you sit back, why not go back? So going to school, I have a young lady that's call her my sister, Gina Banks Barkley. She graduated from Temple the year the Sixers won. We came out of school together. We're like brother and sister. So my daughter graduated from Temple. So when I had a chance to go to Temple, I said, "Oh man, I'll go here and get my little Temple certificate because Temple's in our family." Period. So it was a great experience. Classes were great. Instructors were great. They kept me involved. I was really involved with everything they were talking about. Like, man, okay, that's cool. I can do that. I can see where I can help some kind of way, even more than what I was doing, just being somebody that wanted to help people. So after that, I went to work for it's called the International Service Center, downtown Harrisburg. They're in Market Square Presbyterian Church. They are immigrations, nonprofit immigrations. So the founder of that organization, Dr. Fong, he is a Vietnamese refugee. He came here over 40 years ago, and he started this agency. So I got to meet people from all around the world coming in to try to become a U.S. citizen. Wonderful stories, wonderful people, uh, great personalities, inspiring, to talk to them, uh, find out about their life, where they came from, what made them want to come to America. It was nice. It was wonderful. And being there, I'm still working through AARP. They said, "Hey man," and they knew about. As a matter of fact, my boss, I got the last class that they had at the federal grant at Temple for community health worker. I got my boss and a coworker to attend the last class because I became very close to the director at the Temple. To this day, we're still very good friends. I keep in touch with her. So it was good. Deal with a lot of people, a lot of different personalities, a lot of different groups. So you get to know people's backgrounds, different heritage, and all that. And that was definitely one of the big things to learn of other people's um, communities where they came from. So I did that, and I also they paid for me to take some certification classes. So I got my certified mental health first aid certification, also a community community navigator certification, which was getting exposed to different groups and going to different meetings to learn just so much diversity and things that go on within the community. Like, yeah, not only the color barriers, but you just have those groups of people of color, gay, lesbian, handicapped people, and there's a network of people that come together in these meetings. They think it's a think tank of what is bills could be passed to make things a little better for inner city communities. As far as one of the hardest things is medical. People within the inner city, they don't have the same medical attention, access to the medical and good food and things like that. So it was mind-boggling, also eye-opening to find out some of the stats on these things. Being down in the International Service Center, I was the food bank manager. So I got to see a lot of people that I saw from our daily bread. It's a few blocks away, but people come in for food. So it was very humbling. And I was very happy to do work. I love dealing with the people. You build a relationship. I think that's one of the best things I tell people to this day. Dr. Fong, just the way he had things set up, I carry with me now to try to have a weekly meeting with my staff. So if there's any, whether it's good or bad, we put it on the table and try to find a solution to it. Or, whatever's going on, keeping a good relationship with my coworkers. Hopefully, I want the environment to be a good work environment. I want it to be what I felt when I was at our daily bread and International Service Center. When I come to work, I'm happy to be here. It's not, I've truly found out the meaning of a good job. It's not a job because you enjoy doing it. So you're not regretting going there. You're excited to get there. So I know every day there's some things that's coming across the board that we can help somebody. We're there for them. So this is a big plus.
Yeah, I'm going to interject there because you said I'm going to go back is like building those relationships, with all sorts of diverse people coming
Mm-hmm.
into America, coming into our community. That takes a big heart. And one of the biggest things that says, make a difference in somebody's life today and every day. I mean, you are the prime example of that. I mean, because you have different countries, people that growing up in inner city, you know, we talked about the food banks and, you know, the hunger that's in the inner city, not just the inner city, but in the suburbs as well too. Um, you know, most people don't realize it or have been. Just the last several years have been a huge impact on everybody. This has been a strain and stress on everybody, and you know, if you can't say that you haven't been impacted, then honestly, you're not being honest with yourself to some degree.
True,
You,
very
you
true.
know, um, but the food industry itself, there's I think over 2.3 billion pounds of fruits and vegetables that are wasted per year that are actually edible. And food pantries are uh, a necessity uh, in today's society. And years ago, it used to be a stigma where, oh, I go to a food pantry, people are going to think something about me or so forth like that. But I know I run a food pantry, and I know that it's people's privacy and so forth like that. But there's a huge need for it in today's market because um, everything's going up but people's paychecks.
Correct.
And we need more volunteers out there. We need more people donating. You'd be really surprised, the turnaround time that it is involved in the food pantries, and how people need to be able to eat healthy.
Yes.
And that is, I think you and I talked about in depth about eating healthy. Especially in the inner city or just doing juicers or anything like that. But it's important. Like if you're going to donate, make sure you're donating healthy food, stuff that you would eat yourself.
Yeah.
Not something like, oh, I'm just going to donate this. Um, but donate something that's healthy, and because being in the African community, we already have a lot of issues, medical issues, factors and so forth. So, um, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, how important food donation is, and working in the volunteering aspects of it, because we need that, and it's impacting everything, every small town across the United States. Um, you know, so the food pantries are important.
Yes, very much so. It's volunteer thing. Because when I was at the International Service Center, I got I had a chance to at one of our functions. I got a chance to meet the assistant director of Dauphin County Drug and Alcohol. So I was talking to her, and she was saying, I was giving her a background and things I was doing. She said, "You know what? I have something for you." She said there was a class coming up to become certified, and I knew classes, but they weren't in the area. So I talked to her. She said, "Well, this is going to happen. I'll have my assistant get in touch with you." So, long story short, about 6 months later, maybe a little more, um, Saturday classes, I became a certified family recovery specialist. And it's just being at an international service center, I had a lot of opportunities they helped me with, helped me grow as a person too, because, uh, journey had changed because of what I through that on their bread. I got so much from them. I go back there every Friday, try to make it every Friday to help the food truck, and I mentor some of the people that are still there. Or the new people that come in through AARP, let them know, okay, tell you how to do this and help you, whatever, because giving back, it's a wonderful thing. So doing that, I stayed in touch with them. I was doing volunteer work for a program called Dress for Success here in Harrisburg. They also have for men, it's called Tied to Success. So I would go down one day a week to help um, suit men. Young men would come in, give them an interview suit, shirt, couple shirts, couple ties, belt. Some of them look really nice for your interview. And it was just, I know for me, when I would dress up nice, I felt good. So we try to give people all those ingredients. Hey, look, you look nice. Present yourself well. This is about you. You can do this. You know, motivate them and let them know, hey, you're on your way. And having that conversation with people, connect with people, and I see some of them now. And they say, man, to me that's a beautiful thing. Our Daily Bread International Service Center here at Cram, when people see me, they say, hey man, I'm doing good. Thanks, man. That's what it's about for me. Try to help and be something positive in people's lives. I've had here at Cram, I had a gentleman that did like 43 years. So he got out, came to see me, and I think it was probably like first week he was home or second week he was home. I just talked to a lady at Fresh Express. She said, "Yeah, we hire ex-felons." He came and I said, "Man, go out here." I gave him the lady's name. He went out there on a Thursday, had his interview, called me Friday, said, "Man, I start Monday." Well, that's the kind of thing I love being a part of.
Sounds
Be
like
like,
It sounds like listening to you speak, it sounds like I think I came into this conversation today thinking, oh, hey, you work a lot with food pantries, but my goodness, it sounds like you do it all.
well,
You're helping people from, how they look, how they're making sure they're fed, and helping to mentor, inspire them. So sorry, it sounds like you were going to say something, but it's amazing to hear. I think you also sound like you have a humble heart, but you really want to do good for others.
yeah, I mean, when I first talked to Lance, I was telling him, we talked, and I was like, yeah. And he said, told me about, Saturday morning coffee. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But, I didn't say it to him right then and there. I've never done a podcast. I've watched a few, and I thought about it's one of the things that you grow in whatever you're doing, that you can get the word out and you can connect with people. Really, and I have to say this too before I go any further is that this Juanita Grant, we talked. her history is that she changed her life around. She did some time. She did her time, but she went to school while she was in. And when she got out, she started this program. And it's this. She's well known as a grant writer. She gives people classes on grant writing. She does grant writing for people, and she's a dynamo. And we talk in our backgrounds, and like, she knows my family. So she gave me an opportunity. The pandemic was rough, uh, especially for nonprofits, because when you're trying to get grants and donations, things came to a standstill. So during the pandemic, I was here manning the phones. I was still working with AARP, but you know things were shut down. So I said, look, this is something to keep me busy. I can come over and man the phone. So I got by doing that, I came over, setting appointments up for her nephew who has his own work-based training program. They built the vet housing building next door to us from the ground up. So I was like the secretary. I was making appointments, talking to utility, whatever needed to be done. I was doing all that, which was a great experience. I have some experience with managing people and this and that, but it was just that we talked, and I told her once. Actually, you're supposed to get 4 years at AARP. Due to the pandemic, I got 5 years. My 5 years was up. She said, "I want you to come on board with Cram." I said, "Okay, no problem." She said, so towards the end of last year, that's when I came on board. At the beginning of this year, she's getting ready to. She's letting me handle the day-to-day stuff. She's getting ready to get full throttle on the grant writing. That gives her time. She just needs somebody chose me to handle the day-to-day stuff. I know everybody just about everything, so that's my goal. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to do what I'm doing. I have a good group of people working with me. They're doing a good job, and I feel so. And I constantly tell them, I said, look, life is about adjustments, and you're whether you want to believe it or realize it or not, we're doing social service work. Because we're it's a way to talk to people and treat people, especially people that's been in jail. They're used to not being treated the best. But you want whoever comes to those doors, you want to make them comfortable, let them know that we're trying to help you do the best we can do. Um, Food pantry thing is big. I've talked to me and Lance talked. I say yeah because we don't have good food available in the city all the time, and it's a thing of uh, our senior citizens. I was a bill collector. I always told my people when I was doing that, I said, look, listen to people. When you're talking to someone, listen to what they're talking about. Because when it comes to senior citizens, they have to make a choice on their food. They're going to get their medication and food. Sometimes they have to cut corners, so they don't get a chance to eat right. In some cases. So it's that's heartbreaking. I always you got to talk to people with respect. Treat people the way you want them to treat you is my best philosophy on that. Just tell them, like, really listen to what people are doing. Be encouraging to them because they'll always remember people that treat them nice. During my bill collecting days, some people said, "Man, you're not the typical bill collector." I said, "I'm just not in to treat people nasty because you're not going to get anywhere with that," which is true. Because if you're working on a job that's commission based, so if you're treating people with bad attitude, how you think you can get some commission? But I like when people say to me, and I've had that happen. Like, you know what? You still have this account. I'm going to pay you because you didn't talk down to me. Because everybody has their ups and downs. So I would tell my people, I said, treat people right. It'll help you. I think be a better person. It's not the type of person I want anyone to be. So we just have to. I want to get that call where somebody says, "Lance, so and so, very professional," and I really appreciate the way they treated me as a person. I said, "That's the best compliment you can get." That's what I strive for with people that I work with. Trying to tell them, yeah, this treat people right. Good things will happen.
Lance, you're doing so many great things. I'm just sitting back here in awe. I know that our conversations are a lot deeper, but the impact that the seeds that you have planted, in so many lives, not just your workers, but the people that are being released, the people that you're helping feed. Um, you're planting so many seeds across the nation that you will never probably see the harvest from. But I mean, this world needs more people like you. Um, I know this is your first podcast, but this was a message that was really near and dear to Tiffany and I, that we really wanted to get out to everybody. You know, let's volunteer. We're not above anybody else, and you hit the nail right on the head. Let's be kind to one another. We're all carrying some kind of package, some sort of weight, and we just, with everything that's going on in this country and everything else like that, we don't have time. There's not enough. We can't get time back. You can run from Father Time all you want, but it'll catch up to you. So it's about your legacy. It's about that dash, I call it for me. What's it going to say from 71 to whenever I get called home? I
Mm-hmm.
want to leave my legacy, my mark on the world, and to touch as many people's lives as I possibly can, to where they can say, you know what, man, that Lance, you know, he went out of his way. He was a great person. He did this for me, but I don't do it for the glory of myself. I just do it just because who I am is what's my mentality. That God's given me this ability to touch lives, and like you said earlier, when you love what you do, it's not work. And I love working with the youth. I love working in the ministry. I love working with the food banks. I love helping, and that's not work to me, because, it's just when you see that smile, you think you're the one who is like helping somebody, but actually, they're the ones helping you,
Yeah.
and in retrospect, you're getting so much from it, and it's really heartwarming to know. And God bless you, man, because you are doing so many amazing things, and just super humble. And I know Tiffany's got something to say.
That, I just want to thank you sincerely. I'm excited to continue to watch what you're doing in the community and helping to support others. And I can imagine next time we talk to you, you're gonna have like 5 new certifications, and I don't even know what else you're going to be doing. I'm sure there's so many other ways to help people, but you're finding those different paths to go to help inspire others and just take care of them holistically. So I really do appreciate that, and you sharing your message today, because I know it's not easy, but I think hearing and sharing the message will allow others to follow the path that you've really made today. And so hopefully we can see more people out there volunteering, as Lance and Lance said, or giving back to the community, however they have the means to do so. Even if that means just saying hello or being kind to one another, that makes an impact. So thank you today, Lance.
Yeah, there's so many ways we can help people. I mean, we can purge our closets and donate our clothes, that we no longer fit into. I mean, there's so much time, but I really want to drive out there. There's so many people can sit back and say, "Well, I don't have time to volunteer." You know, um, Man, just 1 hour. 1 hour out of your busy week of sitting around watching soap operas or something like that. I mean, you can forego that and volunteer. This world needs more volunteers. Um, we're in a world right now where everybody needs help. Everybody needs help mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We're all in this melting pot, and we all need to come together. We're going to fall apart as individuals, and what you're doing, Lance, is absolutely amazing. And I'm looking forward to coming into Harrisburg and working with you. We talked about that, so I got to get my hands on that, and I'm definitely looking to collaborate with you in the Harrisburg area. So I just want to say thank you. I know you're extremely busy on this Saturday, and we will talk with you soon.